Yes, every credit. I mean, there's 3 spotted. He may well have missed before the interval, but he's knocked them in. Let's see if he can get back now amongst the reds here and put something together.
Seven.
Well, his mother has been there through his whole career so far and will continue to be, regardless of what happens here.
8.
Now, if you could get on that left-hand red in open play, I don't know whether from further down than last time the black will pot to the right corner or whether it's completely blocked off into that pocket by the red above it. Could be that he's now coming to do exactly that. Is there any way that the black will go? It wouldn't when he was high on it about 3 or 4 shots ago. That's when he launched into the green. So an alternative. I mean, from where the red is now, if you stunned it dead, would the black be potable?
13.
Is there room to pot it?
$14.
I think your answer was evident in that last shot. It will go. Yeah, there's room.
So he's found his way to the black.
21.
Of course, he was going well in frame 3. He was on 57, just didn't kill things off. Even if he doesn't win today, I'm sure he'll learn from this. Sean Murphy, great player. First semi-final was 2004 British Open. He lost 6-0 to John Higgins. It was a proper battering. A few months later, he won the World Championship.
22.
I'm not saying that will happen to IShpreet here, but the point is you learn sometimes from the real defeats and the real disappointments. Anyway, he's not out yet.
$29.
Well, I don't think it will go, but left-hand side, I think the red that might be in the way is so close to the cue ball, it might help on this shot. I'm not saying he can get it, but he might be able to just play a bit of left-hand side, push it round the first ball and back onto the red to pot it. Get it behind the pocket, you'll see it, the best view. It's quite tight, to be honest. Oh, he's using the spine. Oh dear, I won't be using that. That might swerve it too much. All credit though. All credit. His methods are good. His methods are good. It was well executed in the end. Bit more like it, isn't it? And we know what he can do. I mean, he's had such terrific wins all week, not least last night.
37.
But you know, also the Hossein victory, Hossein Vafai and Sijowi, all these players have been in such good form. He's got stuck into
30.
all of the matches.
Yeah, and I think the green he took on at the start of this frame was a bit of a statement that he's not going to go into. You know, had he missed that, he could be 5-0 down, but he didn't, and he's still going with a really good opportunity now to. What could
45.
happen? Been enough drama this week to know that it's not done till it's done.
46.
Well.
IShpreet Singh
A
shot
lot
at
of steering that cue ball. I'm afraid the pot was priority. Also, he didn't even get good position. As you can see, this is a horrid shot that Yize is faced with here. Certainly get the elevation on those shots to bridge over the ball. No prizes here. Tight in behind the brown.
Yize, 1.
Assuming that there is no gap through between the yellow and brown ball that both referee and Yize are looking through. Shouldn't be a gap. Seems there is one. I think Yize with the expansive backswing on a lot of shots probably wouldn't be the best player in the world at just dropping in behind the ball. He's looking at whether it goes, and the answer is it definitely goes. Black might be in the way of full pocket. Saw Karen Wilson put a black to that pocket, and it was the ball in the way was closer to this than this one. So there was plenty of room, as we see.
Well, work to do, but this frame could well have been Chada's. Mr. Black, of course, when he was nicely in.
8.
I was interested in the interview that the Tai Shengzi, the photographer, did for us in Chinese with him. He mentioned the criticism that he'd heard about losing to Trump from 4-0 up. So I think that's why it was such an important win yesterday. Got the job done. Must have been a real confidence boost. So now this frame is all about that red on the cushion.
16.
Well, I didn't think he deserved to be criticised for that defeat, really. I mean, if that's what the suggestion was.
17.
I think he had a chance to win it 5-0. Get Judd Trump out very quickly, but once he couldn't manage that, the chances were not there. What I saw of that match. But whichever way you look at it, he got his own back this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether that was sort of
23.
media or social media or whatever, but he clearly registered with him. But anyway, that's all gone.
There is a lesson in it, though. You know, his opponent sitting in the chair is not Judd Trump today, but you've got to really put players away, and all the greats have done that. You know, 4-0 up, you can't afford to just ease down a bit. Got to get this match won as swiftly and as easily as possible. So I think he played the black
Third.
will be able to move the other red here, the left-hand red, in potting this red. Surely what he's going to attempt. So where's the problem on that shot, the double kiss? If you hit too much of the ball you're trying to crash into.
$35. Yize, 35.
Well, it surely would have been frame over had that gone in, but he hasn't, but it's run safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's quite a nice shot. He didn't look much, but saw a few of those. So I'll be in that deciding frame.
Wow. It's Fortune leading 4-0.
Wow. I mean, he's gone in like a rocket. He's made great contact with it, but as good as he is, to pot the ball would not have been something he had any knowledge of. But he has to take it, and now he has to mop up what's remaining and ride the luck.
5.
Well, this is clearly the key shot now, this yellow from distance. If he nails this, it's looking like 5-0. Little fly just in his eye line there. Which is not ideal on a shot of this importance.
No, but it comes back to what we say. I mean, these sort of shots he seems incredibly good at. It would have to be something that almost distracted him to stop him. This kind of mid-range. Fortunately, he was in stroke, and now he's been asked to regroup and do it all again. Anything from that kind of mid-range. He's actually lethal on those shots. I mean, it just
10.
flew into the smack in the middle of the pocket, that yellow.
Well, IShpreet, he put him in a snooker, and as you said at the time, a nice shot he played. But he did, let's be honest, have a chance in this frame. He missed that black earlier. Oh, the rueful look on his face.
Well, it's true, isn't it? You get punished in a way. I mean, he missed the black, and then the kick in the teeth is the snooker escape.
Pink for 5-0. Big moments. Yize fluking the last red out of a snooker and then making the clearance is one from the English Open final. Yeah, Singh clearly for IShpreet Singh, who was looking good early on. That was from Yize that just opened the door to some sort of scoring chance.
It was, and we knew straight away he had to do something. He got out of position and then thundered this long green in, which we thought, great. Now that's a sign that he's going to participate. Here, I'm sure he was half-minded about what was happening with the cue ball, where the next red was coming from. Yize, he did really well there to pot that, and he didn't play the roll up behind the brown very well because he left a gap through. This was a bit tight, but it went okay, as you saw. It might be that he was going to get this frame one here, but he got the double kiss on the red that he tried to move. And it came all down to, after this double, the next couple of shots were the key, really. I mean, the reds come back towards the cue ball, which usually means you're going to leave it on. He didn't do that. That's where IShpreet played a nice little snooker, but this, you know, I mean, he's hit a lot of it. Yes, it's a fluke. It's a good connection with the red off the cushion, but he knew nothing of. He might as well just give him those shots mid-range, that yellow, and that was that.
Very different context, but I remember Ronnie O'Sullivan fluked the last red out of a snooker against Mark Selby, didn't he, in the semi-final. It was a deciding frame, though. That was the difference in Belfast a few years back.
Yeah, and I think Ronnie had, I think it's about third or fourth attempt at that snooker, and then, you know, Mark Selby lost the frame just sitting in his chair, and that's what happened there. Yeah, that was a tough one for IShpreet to take, you know, because it doesn't seem like there's any way back from here now, because it had to happen there and then.
Yeah, so Yize will be feeling 10 foot tall now and looking to get it killed off. We've got the respective mother and father there. You can see Yize's father at the top, and well, it's good to see IShpreet's mother is all smiles there. She's very proud, of course, of her son, and you know, he will take a few strides up the rankings and prize money and all the rest of it, even if he's not ultimately in the final tomorrow. So it's 5-0 to Yize, another dramatic frame. Obviously the fluke was big, but so was the miss black from Chada before
Frame
that.
six.
So Yize needs one more,
work?
and then he can put until tomorrow and see whether he'll play Neil Robertson or Chris Wakelin in the final of the English Open.
चेक करो ना आज नहीं बात तो नहीं अभी छुट्टी कर दी आपने ऑफिस में आप तो ऑफिस में है ना
That, of course, was the black last night, and the scenes, his mother in tears, the last black against Mark Selby.
आप उधर से चले जाएं जरा उधर तो देख लीजिएगा साथ में एक और चीज़ उनसे बात कीजिएगा कि कल हमने सीधा डायरेक्ट कह दीजिएगा उन्हें क्योंकि उमर भाई ने कहा था कि हमने कल उधर जाना तो सीधा उधर ही जाना इसी तरह डायरेक्ट पूछ लीजिएगा ठीक है ना बस
Well, I wonder if that could be it. It's very early to say, and the Yize has not really been winning frames in one visit. Nice break so far, 56. It's just not been their day, has it?
One.
Well, Yize has relinquished a 4-0 advantage against Judd Trump, and this would be even tougher to take, I think, if he was to do the same, but there's no real evidence of it happening.
If he does come through, he has beaten Neil Robertson, although Robertson beat him at the Crucible. But to qualify for the Crucible, in the final round of qualifying last year, he beat Chris Wakelin, 10-8.
8.
यार तेरा अगर मैं तो किसी चीज़ की डिमांड है तो तुम्हें नहीं कोई चीज़ पसंद होती मतलब ये कि हमारे घर में फिर वो चीज़ पकेगी नहीं बस मैं जो पूछ रहा हूँ
That's really difficult. And on the cushion rail. Close. Goodness, that was on its way as well. Same pocket as the red flew in the previous frame.
We saw yesterday, his dad gives very little away in the audience. He's got a stony face throughout, but he'll be obviously enjoying what he's seeing here.
he's looking at the 3-ball plant or even the 4th ball near the pocket playing a part. Oh, wow, what a shot. He saw a 5-ball was last night, and that was a gem. What if the red close to the pocket, he felt it might go in off that, but even better directly.
Eight. 9.
'It's another golden chance, but it was brought about by a
14.
very well worked plant, something more akin to 9-ball pool or something, wasn't it? All those reds next to each other, all involved.
ना करना इस तरह ना कि तुम फेंकती नहीं हो
15.
छोड़ दो मेरे सर पे छोड़ दो तुमने करते करते तुम कितने मारती जाती हो सेन में करके उसके बाद गिली होती है उसके ऊपर पाँव मारती हो अच्छा 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 चुप करो
20. 21. 28.
He's a kind of
29.
individual that will never give up the cause. I mean, even in that last frame last night, it appeared he was going to lose to Mark Selby for all the world. So far behind, having led 4-1. But in the decider, it just felt like he was beaten, but he never saw it that way. And that's the reason he ended up getting there on the black.
36.
He's so annoyed, so annoyed. He's got himself into good positions in a number of these frames. You can't hit those very hard. There's not a lot of pocket from those angles. I think he was a little concerned that he couldn't slip round the back of the black and play it in the same pocket as this red. I think he knew he was going into it in some way. See a scoreline like this, 5-0, and, you know, not impossible it could be a whitewash, but this match has not really been a typical whitewash. He's got chances in a number of the frames, IShpreet, almost all of them, in fact.
No.
He's actually had the highest break. I mean, that may change here, but he's 57 in frame 3. He's the best of the match. Not enough, unfortunately.
If he's to lose, he will not be the first player to get a great result and have a reaction the next day. It's all part and parcel of playing and maybe learning the ropes at this game.
Yeah, it's one of those, if
17.
he loses, he'd be very disappointed today. But in a couple of days, he'll certainly take the positives. It's a major step towards staying on tour. This is his second year of his 2-year card. But right now, it's out of his hands as to whether he'll return to this match table, where he's
24.
entertained us this week, particularly last night.
Cleanest of pots, but hey,
Thirty-two. $33.
Well, what moments these are for 20-year-old Yize. You know, in his second ranking event semi-final, exercised a few ghosts with the defeat of Judd Trump yesterday after what happened in Saudi Arabia. His father
39.
watches on. It's in his hands to get this one now and set up a meeting with either Neil Robertson or Chris Wakelin on Sunday.
40. $46.
just slightly in between shots on this. I don't think he played on the red through the gap down into the top pocket there, but that's what he's faced with.
Yeah, it's over now.
$54.
He's very deep in thought, probably thinking through some of the shots. And like you say, it'll take him a couple of days to think about all the good things this week. For now, he's just feeling that today has been a real letdown for him.
$55.
So he needs this black, last red, to end IShpreet Singh Chadha's great run in this English Open.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of a tournament, everybody but one person has gone home defeated. And there's still some positives to be taken out of all of those. Yeah, it's not bad. I can't think that he played it quite that way to finish on the red to middle. Father is so deep in concentration, he's taking anything for granted.
Well, you can't in this game, but the fact is this red is match ball for a place in the final. Well played, Yize.
Very good. You know, it's not been... Yeah, very good. Good from Yize. You know, it's not been...
68.
As the match has gone on. Absolute. Good from Yize. He's struggled. He's got better as the match has gone on. How could you be critical of a victory by this
70.
margin in a semi-final?
73.
So Wu Yize becomes the 14th Chinese player to reach a world ranking event final with the chance to become the 7th to win one. It was one-sided. IShpreet Singh struggled, but Wu Yize has done it. The 20-year-old puts himself through to the English Open final. He's the winner, 6-0. Nice to see that thumbs up there from IShpreet, the crowd acknowledging that. A smile from Dad as Wu Yize, his son, does the business there. A whitewash win. These are the stats. Finished on 89% pot success. That 73 in the end was the highest break of the match. Good stats all round. He did make errors as well, but overall, clearly he was the better player, and the match just seemed to come